Late on a warm summer night in a quiet Nashville suburb, the Bennett family, Mark, his wife, Angela, and their 10-year-old daughter Lily were winding down after an ordinary evening of board games and bedtime stories, never suspecting that within the hour their home would be reduced to flames and rubble. Their golden retriever, Daisy, usually the calmest presence in the house, had been lounging peacefully by the fireplace until just before midnight, when she suddenly lifted her head, ears flicking toward the basement, nostrils flaring as though catching a scent no one else could sense. Without warning, she sprang to her feet, nails clicking urgently across the hardwood, and positioned herself broadside across the bottom of the staircase, her gleaming coat catching the soft hallway light as she emitted a low, resonant growl that sent a chill through the quiet house. Mark, carrying a stack of folded towels, chuckled at first, thinking maybe she wanted a late-night snack. But when Lily tried to step past her, Daisy lunged sideways, not to bite, but to block her body, forming a living barricade as a sharp, commanding bark shattered the stillness. "What's wrong, girl?" Angela called, stepping from the kitchen, but Daisy only barked harder, tail stiff, eyes locked toward the basement door like a soldier on alert. Then it hit Mark, a faint metallic temps riding the air, followed by the subtle hiss of escaping gas and the acrid hint of burning plastic. His chest tightened as his mind replayed the news stories about hidden leaks and sudden explosions. "Everyone outside now," he shouted, adrenaline surging. Angela grabbed Lily's hand while Daisy herded them forward, nudging their legs with surprising force until all three stumbled onto the front lawn beneath a canopy of stars. The dog refused to leave the porch, pivoting between her family and the house with ears pricked high, a sentinel in gold. Only seconds later, a deep rumble vibrated through the ground, a terrible pressure that made Mark's ears pop, and then a deafening boom split the night. A white-hot flash of light blooming inside the home, as windows blew outward and a roaring wall of fire consumed the kitchen and stairwell they had just left behind. Neighbors jolted awake, rushing from their own houses to see flames leaping into the humid Tennessee sky, while sirens wailed in the distance. Angela clutched Lily to her chest, trembling as the shockwave faded, both of them staring in disbelief at the inferno that moments earlier had been their cozy living room. Mark wrapped an arm around them, his other hand gripping Daisy's collar, as if to anchor himself to the only reason they were alive. Within minutes, the street was a chaos of red and blue lights as firefighters arrived, battling the blaze with jets of water that hissed and steamed against the heat. The fire chief's face was grim as he surveyed the blackened shell, but when his gas detector screeched near the basement vent, he turned to Mark with wide eyes. "You were seconds from disaster," he said over the roar of the pumps. A main supply line down there cracked. Any sparked the water heater. A light switch would have set this off. Your dog saved every one of you. Angela dropped to her knees beside Daisy, tears streaking her soot-smudged face as she hugged the retriever's neck. Lily buried her small hands in Daisy's fur, whispering over and over, "Good girl. You saved us," while the golden dog simply panted, gaze still fixed on the smoking ruin as if guarding against an unseen enemy. By dawn, the fire was out, and investigators confirmed what the chief suspected. A slow natural gas leak had seeped through the basement for days until it pooled at explosive levels. Had the Bennetts remained upstairs even a few minutes longer, the blast would have been fatal. News crews swarmed the cul-de-sac that morning, cameras capturing the surreal image of Daisy sitting calmly beside her family as the people's sun rose behind the charred frame of their home. Reporters from local stations and national outlets alike called her the Golden Guardian, and neighbors brought treats and toys, marveling at the dog's unshakable instincts. Experts interviewed on TV explained that a dog's nose is tens of thousands of times more sensitive than a human's and can detect trace amounts of chemicals like mercury, the compound added to natural gas for its distinctive odor. But they stressed that what set Daisy apart was not just her sense of smell but her refusal to be ignored. Many dogs might whine or pace, but Daisy physically blocked the stares and kept barking until her humans listened. Over the next few weeks, the Bennetts stayed with relatives while rebuilding plans began. But every night Lily insisted on sleeping with Daisy at her side, telling anyone who would listen that her superhero dog was braver than any comic book character. Mark and Angela used every interview to urge viewers to install gas detectors and, above all, to trust their pets when something seems off. Daisy, meanwhile, slipped back into her gentle routines of morning walks and afternoon naps, though every so often she would pause mid-stride, ears twitching at some distant sound only she could hear. Still, the vigilant protector who had given her family the greatest gift of all, their lives. So if you ever doubt your pet's sudden strange behavior, remember Daisy's midnight warnings. Sometimes a bark is not just a bark. It's the difference between tragedy and a second chance at tomorrow.